subscribe to my channel and press bell icon for latest updates.
Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand canonical sum of products. So it is also called as SOP. So this class will try to understand what is meant by canonical sum of products. So before understanding canonical sum of products, we will try to understand what is meant by a Boolean function or switching function. So what is meant by a switching function or Boolean function? We have clearly explained with an example in our first video, but here we will try to understand it again. In our first video of Boolean algebra, in our previous videos, previous 3 to 4 videos, in the first video, in the video by name Introduction to Boolean Algebra, we have taken an example of cricket stadium. In order to switch on the lights in a cricket stadium, we need the permission from A or the permission from both B and C. So what we have explained is we need the permission from A, or we need the permission from both the employees B and C, CEO, CFO and CFO and CAO. So we have in order to switch on the lights in the cricket stadium, we have to get the permission from either A or from BC, both of them. So if any of this happens to be true, if BC permission is there or A's permission is there, then the lights will be switched on. Otherwise, if you have all the permissions from both A, B, C, then also the switches will be on. So this is the example has been clearly explained. We have clearly explained about this in our first video. So this is what we call it as a switching function or Boolean function. So this is what we call it as a switching function or Boolean function, and this is the truth table for the switching function or Boolean function. So what does that mean is, if you want to find the inputs, if you want to find the inputs where the values, where this function happens to be true, if you want to find the inputs, so this truth table, if you want to find the inputs for which this Boolean function happens to be true, if you apply all these inputs onto this function where it happens to be true, so that we will try to understand here. So here it is not true, so it is going to generate a 0. So here it is not true, so it is going to generate a 0. This is not true because we need either this to be true, A, B, C. M is also there, so we are not at all concerned about M because M is not there in the switching function. Whatever the value of M may be, we are worried only about either A or BC. If either A is true or BC is true, then only the output is going to be a 1. So this is not going to be true because BC is both BC should be true, but it is going to be B is false and A is false, so this is going to generate a false. Similarly, this is also going to generate a false, this is going to generate false in the sense 0. So this, coming to this, B and C both are true. If B and C is true, this is AND. If B and C is true, R is there, so if it is true, then it is going to generate an output of 1. So this is also going to be true because B and C is true. Similarly, all these inputs are true. All these inputs are true because A is true, because the value of A is true for all these inputs, all these combinations of 4-bit inputs. So this is true, 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 this one is true. If you consider these two cases, so these two cases are very important to understand because A is true, B is true and C is true. A is true, B is true and C is true. So all the 3 is true, then also it is going to generate an output of 1. So this is what we call it as a switching function. Now coming to the concept of canonical sum of products. So what is meant by canonical form? What is meant by canonical form is, in Boolean algebra, Boolean function or switching function, in Boolean algebra, Boolean function or switching function can be expressed by sum of the products or product of the sum. So whenever we try to express, whenever we try to represent a Boolean function, we use either of these methods. It may be sum of the product method or product of the sum method. In this class, we will try to understand sum of the product methods. So how these Boolean expressions are expressed by using sum of the products method, that we will try to understand. So what is meant by sum of the products method? So a product term which contain all the variables either in complemented or uncomplemented form is what we call it as min term. So what it states is the product term which contains all the variables. So for example, if you consider the input with all these 4 variables, so that if it is taken in the form of product, for example, if it is A, B, C, M, if you consider this, and if you consider the input, one of the combination of these 4 inputs, for example, if you would like to take 0, 1, 0, 1, sorry, 0, 1, 0, 0, if the product term which contain all the variables, if it contains all the variables either in complemented or uncomplemented form, it may be in the complemented or uncomplemented form, it is called as min term. So this is what we call it as min term. So this, what is meant by complemented and uncomplemented form? So that we will try. So that is what we call it as a min term. So that min term is represented in with all the variables, and some are in complemented form and some are in uncomplemented form. So before that, in a min term, the variable with value 1 is represented in its true form. So the representation of this min term is A complement, B, C complement, M complement. So if the inputs with all the variables, are represented in complemented and uncomplemented form, so this is what we call it as min term. So how it is represented like this is, so this input is represented in this way. This is what we call it as min term. Why it is called as how it is represented in that way is, in a min term, the variable with value 1 is represented in its true form. So it is represented in its true form. If there is a 1 means it is represented in its true form. And a 0 is represented in complemented form. So the zeros in the if the values of the variables are zeros, then they are represented in its complement form. So here the value of A is 0, so it is represented as A bar, and B is 1, so it is represented in its true form, which means just as B. And here C is 0, so it is represented as C bar. M is 0, so it is represented as M bar. So this way of representation is what we call it as a min term. Are you able to understand? So this is what we call it as a min term. Okay, so the canonical SOP representation uses the sum of all the min terms of the switching function f for which f is 1. So how the canonical SOP, sum of the products, is represented is it uses the sum of all min terms of the switching function for which f is 1. So for example, if you consider this switching function as f is equal to a plus bc, so we are going to sum all the min terms. So we are going to sum all the min terms. So the min term representation of this is a bar, b, c, m bar. Okay, so we have to consider all the min terms whose output is we have to consider all the minterms of the switching function. So for this switching function we have to consider all the minterms for which f is 1, for which this function is f1, for which this function is 1. For all those ones, the minterms are to be considered. The minterms of all those ones are to be considered. So what is the canonical representation of this function a plus bc is? It is a bar bc m bar plus, if you take this, a bar bcm plus, so this is a b bar c bar m bar, and similarly this is a bc m bar plus this one a b bar c m bar, this is a b bar c m, and a b c m c bar m bar, and similarly a b c bar m plus a b c m bar, and next one is a b c m. So this is what we call it as canonical representation. So this switching function can be represented in this way. So either of the ways will work. So what's happened in the later classes is you are given with these switching functions, and these switching function, these canonical form of representations, and these canonical representations has to be minimized to this. So anyway, and there is another kind of representation. Which uses the sigma for SOP. So we have to consider the decimal representation of the inputs whose value is 1. So it is represented as 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is also the canonical representation. This is one of the kind of canonical representation, canonical SOP of this switching function. Okay, so this switching function can be represented either this way or by this way. So you will be given with this kind of numbers, representation of SOP. Sigma means SOP, so POS another representation is used. So if you are given with all this, which means that these are all the values which are true. So we have to minimize this equation. So this entire function, this entire representation has to be minimized. So the minimization and all those concepts we will try to understand later on. So this is how a switching function can be represented by using sum of the products, canonical sum of the products. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. And if you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.